Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6, Episode 25. T, you gonna tell them what to do?
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
Oh, your nails look nice. Let me see. Oh, she's got fancy nails. I can't show mine. It's embarrassing. Ciao. Well, we still at the dinner table with the Fletchers, and Nell and Chris, young Chris, they going at it over $3,000. Now, he said he gave her $3,000, and she said he owed her $3,000.
Yeah, because it was so much for him being locked up, but then so much for the dogs that she had to pay too. So he still owed her.
What do he do? Where he get $3,000?
Try over there with little Jamie. Shit.
It seemed like, because I was like, Chris, little young Chris, your hair look nice. Them is some expensive hair with the twisties and the edge up and all that. And then, like, he's got a lot of tattoos. Tattoos ain't cheap, y'all. That's an expensive little hobby to have. He got dogs, and I don't know why in my head it say pit bulls. It's just written all over his face. And I have my own pit bull, and they eat a lot. So they said dogs. How many dogs was it? I'm just saying.
3.
Now the brother said,
these huskies ran up on Sissy the last morning.
Some huskies.
Yeah.
Did she back them off?
You know she thinks she the hardest thing.
Right. Right.
I opened up the door, like, get out of here. And they took off running. They some friendly ones, but yeah, they had her surrounded. And she wasn't backing down.
She wasn't playing. Yeah. I'm not surprised. It's funny watching Max like tell Baxter what to do, how he just sits in the corner. I bought him a pad for the inside of his kennel yesterday. And I put it in there. He went in there. He was like, what is this? Then I made him get in the kennel. He just stood there. Like, he wouldn't look at me. He was like, I don't know what you did to my kennel. I'm like, I'm trying to do you a favor, stupid.
I'm trying to help you out. Like, don't be decorating my stuff. Right.
It must have still smelled like too many people. He was like, wait a second. I don't know who none of these people is. Anyway, the brother said he had to fire him. Now he was working down to, what's his name? Lance. Lance is the older brother, and he has a home improvement business. And he said Chris was over here acting like Stormy's cousin, sitting around, not doing that. And then the people was gonna be over there thinking that they could do the same thing. And then, young Chris was like, yeah, and you didn't pay me my money. And I felt the way about that. And, his brother was like, well, you didn't do, Lance, I'm going to say, give the boy his money. That's not how that works. Go and give him his $400 because he needs to pay your mama, first of all. He ain't, but I'm just saying. You can't keep his check. You can fire him, but you can't keep his check now, brother.
Right, you still get your last week check.
And then you said you had to borrow money. Now, if you over here borrowing money, maybe you should just sit this conversation out, Brother Lance. They're tired because they all coming to her.
They coming to her. But like she said in the other scene, if y'all don't expect to give me my money back, but y'all will pay y'all dad back.
Right. And then so she got the $3,000. And that ain't cover your debt. You
stop. So I'm gonna keep these dogs.
He the youngest. He acting like the youngest. I would give him his damn dogs back. You accruing more expenses by keeping the dogs. I don't see how that's a punishment. Unless you're just attached to them now and you won't give them back. Well, I know I love my baby. So there's some issues with Alexis. Alexis chimed in, and all she said was flag on the play who got arrested, and Nell snapped on her. Shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up, or whatever the hell. Shut the hell up. And Alexis is like, whoa, what is going on? She's in her feelings because apparently everybody got new luxury cars except her. they got Mercedes and BMWs. All she got was a 1997 Grand Am. Remember when Grand Ams used to be the shit? Like, see, what are you talking about?
Where was that you got that grand now? Because like depends on how old you are. People want riding around with Lexus and Benz like they do now.
Not in 1997.
Right. That grand L was a
Grand
bad
Am was
mother.
nice.
Back then.
Like, I was just confused.
I ain't had no grand Am, but I had that I had a Sunbird. That was my first one, was
The
Sunbird.
Sunbird.
And then I
No,
stepped up to the Sunfire.
Pontiac. Back in the day.
I know.
Nostalgia.
That's Sunfire, baby. That was
Well,
me.
she didn't appreciate her. She didn't want it. And she feels like that she gets treated differently. This is the thing with that. I feel like everybody in that house is Nell's child.
Yeah. Yeah,
She is not.
that's the problem. She's the only one that's not.
She's not Nell's child. So they got cars because their mama got them cars. Now, Chris sat at that table didn't say a damn thing. He seems to do that. He seems to sit there and let, Nell be popping off, but you let the shit go. And it be you, Chris. I'm noticing that. Because, I mean, those are her kids. I can't say one way or the other, like what kind of car. She bought her kids what she wanted them to have. Chris, that was on you. And then she said that when they say perception is truth, definitely the way you perceive things is the way it happens. So I get like how they both think they're right. But you, Chris, said that child was 16 months old when you and Nell got together. That means baby mama probably had a lot of animosity, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
And I would say that's part of the problem. And so that's her daughter. And so there were times where y'all clearly like were separated and you were around and you weren't around. So, then whenever she says something, them three siblings from that household, they pipe up against her and the niece too. Cause again, that's Nell's side of the family. So, I mean, I feel what she's saying. I don't know that she's justified in all of her feelings because I'm like 1997 Grand Am girl. But what year was it?
Girl.
She says she hasn't gone on any family vacations. Why is that?
Well, they said she ain't want to go. But I don't know.
Chris,
explain it. I don't know.
She said they was barely at her wedding, and I was like, and they said they was barely invited, and I was like, was you invited or not? And did they come or not? Because what does barely mean?
They like, came and they was barely invited. It's too much.
I feel like y'all was still going back and forth, and she probably didn't invite them to the last minute, and so it was a thing. And I feel like Chris, who sits on mute, she needs her daddy to reach out and make her feel like she count. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? If she's being like distant, Chris, you need to go over there and see why that is. Not Nell. And I feel like Nell is catching all of the, because it's probably being, and I'm just guesstimating. I don't know these people, but it feels like, it's Nell's fault why he's not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Nell is catching the bullet for the shit Chris ain't doing.
She probably over there, and mama probably like, yeah, he over there, and they got.
Right. And I mean, what was the money like? Because you're talking about the son Lance and Alexis are the oldest kids. The oldest don't never benefit the same way the younger ones do, because the parents be in their building years trying, be a little broker with them older kids. Then when the younger kids come along, the money is established. So we done moved up from Grand Ams to, Lexus.
And that's what I'm thinking too.
I remember when, because Tony was like 21. And he came by the house. He lived on his own. You know what I'm saying? He came by the house. The girls were like laying in the pool, floating around. He looked out there. He's like, they think they're rich, don't they? I was like, they do. They do. Because, you know, I was 20 when I had him. So it's different.
That was over now. Donna is grown and come over and always want to compare D and her. She do that now. You 26. Diamond. Yeah, she always, if I didn't get, she do that now.
Yeah, Diane used to do that to me too. Yeah. And you talked about, you know, mama who lived at home and didn't, you know, had a husband and allowance versus her being independent and working for GM and, you know. I would say all of them do that. Because Tony did it to Kylie and Kylie does it to Caitlyn. It's just being the oldest, the youngest is, you know, it's the bomb being the youngest. Everything is established and you've got, you know, got people to do things for you and multiple people to go to when you're in trouble. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
and I'm the youngest, guys.
She's the youngest too. You're more like the oldest.
It's not right.
It isn't. I'm sorry. I never even, I mean, I guess I thought about it, but in that moment I didn't think about it. Because I feel like you be like the oldest though.
Don't they all? Yeah. Don't they all? Jeez.
I mean, it got heated. Alexis was doing a whole lot of "oh my God" and Nell slamming the table. It was a lot of theatrics, but I didn't like when her sister called her a bitch. I was like, "This is."
Was that her sister? Oh, that was her sister.
Yeah,
it was the sister that said that. Okay.
Because, like I said, it's probably always all of them against her. Somebody. It would be nice if she had one sibling. I feel like Chris, that was sitting next to her, he was kind of like, "Just chill, just don't." But you know. I don't know if he was just doing that because he was like, it's about to get worse. So just
that's what it seemed like. Like, don't get them started because you already know how they're gonna be.
How it's gonna go. Like I said, it's tension. She ends up like getting up and walking out the door, and her poor husband, he ate his food though before he walked out of there. He was like, I'm gonna finish this plate. Alexis and Chris argue outside, and she says, you weren't even really in my life until I was 28. That pissed him off. He said that was a lie. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But I'm like, you didn't say nothing this whole time. Now you're saying get the fuck on. So, you know, one thing I will say is this felt very real. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a little bit theatrical, it's not like the made up shit that, you know, that the Scott's been given. So I appreciate it. I was invested in their little family situation. Courtney and Stormy are sitting outside their estate. She's telling him about her plan on, you know, bringing together Kiki and Tiffany. I find this to be annoying. I don't know why she feels like they need to come together. She said Tiffany is a Karen and Kiki is a Kiki. And so what do they need to be friends for? She brings up the conversation with Kyle and talks about, you know, how hard it was, how she didn't know how to hire people and fire people. And I don't think people realize how hard that is. Can't be easy to fire people. You know, when you get your own business.
Especially your own people.
Yeah. Her and Stormy are cute, how they build together. She's sat up there telling him about how she's glad that, you know, that they moved out of the space that they was in, and, you know, now that they've hired this guy to handle things, and Courtney went and hired her cousin back. So we do know Junior was not the one writing her name on checks, because surely they wouldn't have hired him back if that was the case.
And so she like, well, what we go through all that? Why have to do all that? We just wanted to teach Junior a lesson.
We wanted to teach Junior a lesson and teach Stormy how to fire people.
Junior probably couldn't find a job. He probably felt sorry for him.
Well, I mean, she said, stand on your shit though. After what we went through, like you letting him back in, and I'm gonna expect you to do the right thing. And if he ain't doing his job, then I'm gonna need you to handle that because I'm not doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
Martell creeping up out of the house in the middle of the night. Finally, child.
That was weird. I don't think I believe your story, Martell.
I don't know. Did he pay that last month?
It kind of looked like you were sneaking. What was you doing? We're gonna find out later why you was
We'll
really
find out
sneaking
because one thing these people in Huntsville do is they stay on top of things. So y'all, when y'all get the real tea, let us know because we invested just like the rest of y'all. Not like the rest of y'all. Some of y'all's way too invested.
Way too invested.
We talking about y'all that be here shooting the shit with us. We ain't really that invested like that, but we want to know.
We just
anyway. Martell said, the market is crazy. He wasn't able to find anything. And so now that he's found something, because he needs 5 bedrooms because he has a lot of kids. Well, it seemed like some of them kids need to
like
be
that. He do not
in the bed. Uh-oh, are you froze?
It's like that.
You don't need 5 bedrooms, child.
Your boy has arrived. For you.
So Martell out here getting his eyes done. He ain't had no money to. What's up, D? He didn't have no money to get a place, but he out here getting surgery on his eyes. He been hanging out in Atlanta too much. Just Sheree, what's her name?
Huh? Real.
I'm like, did Sheree hook him up with somebody? I feel like so he called Chris to tell him he was moving out the house. His attitude towards that whole situation is so disrespectful. He feel like they should be glad they can give me a minute. I'm confused. I would never do shit else with him if I was Chris.
And ain't going to.
He gonna mess around and go home
like that.
Huh? I would never.
No.
You're not even apologetic about it. You like, they can wait. Shoot, what they want me to do? He better be glad. Yeah. Now, if the owner would have thrown you out, I feel like if it wasn't for Chris, you would have been in the street.
You would have been. You ain't got to worry about Chris. Ain't gonna do nothing else for you.
This little scene right here, Mel is packing orders with her friend. She wants to know why her friend wasn't at her name change ceremony. That girl said, I was in Atlanta and my child sweet 16 and my niece sweet 16. Mel, not everybody's that excited about your name change. Like we understand and everything, but she had other
told y'all don't invite me to that shit.
She's like, I helped you put it together with the list and stuff.
What else you want her to do?
Nothing. Waste our time because she showed up today to work. She bringing her other friends. And her friend is probably like, I'll come, but don't expect me to be being on this show all the time because that's not what I want.
So Mel, her stuff is out of her house too.
Yeah, she just does. She doesn't have a warehouse. She just does. What do they call it? Drop shipping.
So what's their packaging?
Well, they had Holt and Hope, but I don't know that she's holding that property no more. That should be expensive.
Mel ain't her.
No, she doesn't want to do. I don't think she wants to do what Stormy is doing right now. That's on a bigger scale. You see what happened in Stormy. Mel is like, let me figure it out first before I level up, because I feel like they all stalk. What's her name did? Kenya did. They all get to that point where they grow, and then you need help. Chris goes to visit Nell down to the daycare, and they're discussing the family dinner. It seems like they're trying to do damage control. Don't have this conversation without Alexis because she can't defend herself. They said young Chris is on mute. He ain't returning no phone calls.
He mad.
He's mad. He's spoiled. So he's not. And that's usually probably how he gets his way with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But that's her
they
baby.
talk. Mm-hmm. But your baby be getting in trouble, Mel. No. Um, she talks about how the kids prefer going to Chris because Chris don't talk. That's why. He don't say nothing. He gets a yes or a no, and I better have my money back by the 5th. That's what they get from Chris.
Yep. And they
Or
give
I won't give you nothing else. That's not what they get. They get nurture and love from their mother. And that's not always good because, you got the one out here that's getting in trouble being the most ungrateful.
Mm-hmm.
The other boy said he needed a loan, but it was for his business, not because he got in trouble. You know, they decide they need family counseling. They do. Why are they counselors? I mean, are they qualified for that? Or they just,
I don't know, but Mel and Martell was using them as that, so shit. I thought that's what she
just
was
because
referring
you're a
to.
counselor doesn't mean you can counsel your own family. You need an outside objective opinion. I was just like, how are they counseling?
I think that's what she was saying. They used to counseling everybody. Now they
Now
need
they need
counseling.
it. Yeah. That y'all do, because but probably most families probably do. We ain't all of us out here probably need a little conversation with somebody objective. Kiki goes to visit Stormy because Stormy's determined to mediate this.
Look here. What's Stormy husband at Courtney?
Courtney said, put the
Said they
niggas on
can't.
the field and don't serve no wine.
Courtney said they can't come to this house. Put their ass in the back.
In the back house. Because he's saying that, she want to serve liquor. He said, for sure don't do that. Stormy says she want to see him box it out. We know Kiki will. She don't need no inspiration. She can do it straight. She don't need no chaser, no nothing. She said the methadone got her sweating. You was sweating a lot, girl. I mean, you needed one of them fans. You know little things.
Oh yeah.
What's my girl over there on Beverly Hills?
I got a whole bunch of them now. Care of my mother. She had
Fans.
on.
She needs that thing because she was sweating up a storm. But Stormy did say her air conditioner wasn't working, and we are in Huntsville, so it might have been a double whammy. She says she ain't talking to Tisha. She done. She's blocked. She don't talk to her no more. This was annoying. Kiki, I hate it when people say if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have the life you live. That's not true.
That right there was irritating me. I was like, Kiki, her whole life is not because of you.
No, and you want her to thank you for what?
For
what is she thanking you for?
She wouldn't have went to college if it wasn't for me. And she wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for me. Like, that's not right. Don't say that.
I don't like it. Yeah, no, she doesn't owe her life to you. Stormy was talking about the interview Tiffany did with Carlos, and she said it was like a whole nother level of disrespect. It was. Tiffany is a shitty person. And I don't know why, like she thinks she's better than Kiki. That's what that is. And this stuff that happened with Kiki just recently, it ain't making no better. It just made her a target for this girl to go after. Kiki says she would have to teach her a lesson, but she'll do it. We know, girl.
We know.
We know. And then in comes Tiffany with that baby. Now she one of these parents. Now you gonna use the baby as a shield to keep you from protecting from Kiki.
and she had her fighting clothes on. But just in case, let me put my clothes on in case this don't work. But I'm gonna bring him.
Kiki said, "Oh, we got a baby." So that's how that ended. We haven't seen how that conversation. We'll see that conversation next week. Chris confronts Martell. I don't even know why he had to do this. Talk to him about how he was talking to Nell. Nell was picking on him, and she knows he's sensitive and volatile. She bringing up shit that she knew was gonna get under his skin, and he got escalated. He did not. I mean, they was both escalated. So that's Then he gonna come out of his mouth.
You better not let him get away with that. So he gotta go.
Stop doing that. I don't stop. I can speak for myself. She did a fine job of speaking for herself. She didn't need him to go And he don't speak any other time. He ain't speak up for her at that daggone dinner table when them kids was acting a fool. So she good. You wasn't speaking up to Martell when he needed to get out of that house. Y'all don't waste our time with this foolishness. Why Tisha out here? This is the stuff I'm talking about. Talking about she pregnant. Girl, stop. Y'all making up stuff.
She said, you know, he had a vasectomy. So who are you pregnant by, girl?
Nobody, because she's not. Y'all making up shit. Y'all are making up stories, and we don't care.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna say Tisha thinks she's pregnant. I think it's probably something else. I think they playing with us. Did she have a pregnancy test?
They trying to act like they're having sex. We know better.
No, I'm talking about the producers. I don't even think that's what she's talking about.
I don't know. That's not the first time I've seen a clip about her being pregnant, though. Because then we'll see. I just, they make up stuff every week, so that's their storyline, girl. That's what they're going with. Chris and his son have a tearful moment. So see, that's what I'm talking about. You can't make up shit when you got another family over here like with real shit. You know what I mean? Because when we were talking about, we keep comparing him to Jamie, but Jamie and little Jamie, like those were some of the only good scenes, honestly, that happened on Love and Marriage DC. Because
they don't exist no more. Who Love and Marriage? Who?
I mean,
forgot about them.
We remember Jamie and Jamie. Lou was done with this show, child. He told Tiffany, I don't understand what we're doing here. And
we knew it. And we said that. And that's why he ain't on here. He done with it.
He said he's done.
Yeah.
Good job, Tiffany.
Yeah. Ain't got time.
Oh, shoot. And on that note, y'all,
smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel. I thought D was gonna come, but he over there chilling. But he back from football practice, so maybe we'll see him on the next one.
On the next video. Bye, y'all.